What's up, peeps? 5:45 a.m. wake up call today. Feed the animals, drop kiddos at practice, drop other kiddos that slept over at home, do my schoolwork, and 9:30 starts actual work. So, busy morning. But I came across a post today that I thought was interesting and wanted to comment on it. Because I like commenting on things, because I like planting seeds and making people think. So you can agree with me or not, but at least make you think about it maybe. There's a lot of people in the faith-based community, we'll just call it that way, because there's lots of different types of people in the faith-based community. So the argument was, hey, like, Jesus never told us to have guns or to do this or that. And so, like, stop being so obsessed with them. We shouldn't have them. We don't need them. He said to turn the other cheek, right? Well, one, turn the other cheek is a Hebrew idiom that means don't sweat the small stuff. Like, if somebody slaps you, give them the other cheek also. Like, the stupid little things don't matter. Like, don't, yeah, sure, here, dude. Like, you can try to offend my pride all you want. I'm already dead to that stuff, so it's cool. Like, that's what that means. So don't take that out of context. Like, don't speak about things you don't know about. And then the other part of that is like, okay, well, I guess because Jesus didn't mention cell phones or cars or anything else that wasn't invented at that time, that means we shouldn't have those either. If that's your argument, when we test that theory, that's how much sense that makes. So let's throw that out and let's maybe do like a little bit of critical thinking here, and let's look at God the Father. Let's look at his character when it comes to people using weapons. Okay, we just had the Torah portion, the Bible study for Phineas last week, and he was considered righteous because the weapon he did have at that time was a sword. He didn't have a gun. I guess he could have shot him if he had one. But, you know, the temple prostitutes that were defiling a holy place, he ran them through. He murdered them. Well, didn't technically murder him because it wasn't an unjust killing. It was absolutely justified. He was purging evil from the camp so that further wrath did not come upon the children of Israel, right? So he took their lives with a weapon because they were committing sin in a holy place. And that was counted to him as righteousness. Wars in the Bible. Plenty of places that God has ordained wars. People using weapons to kill other people to advance his will. And again, to purge, you know, sin and evil from different areas. And so when we look overall at God's character, I mean, he's a strategist. He does, you know, allow, promote, ordain, give favor to people in wars that are fighting for the side of right. And right not according to man's standards, but according to his. So we need to understand that, you know, in God's love, in his justice, which is part of his love, part of that is, you know, good defending against evil. So do we want to be obsessed with weapons or obsessed with the Second Amendment stuff or even patriotism? Like there's a lot of people, I would agree, that like their patriotism is to an idolatrous level, okay? Because I'm not loyal to anything at the end of the day except for God. And anything about this country that starts going against God, I'm like, like, right? It's got to be about him and him alone. He's got to be your number one. So yeah, you can get to an obsessive level about anything, your religion, your ministry, right? It can become about you and what you get out of it. Anything can become an idol if it takes over and you like get something out of it that is sustaining you when it should just be him, right? So while I agree that people can become idolatrous and obsessed with guns and the Second Amendment and patriotism and all that, don't be using the example that like Jesus never said that you can have a gun and you can shoot people, because that's a stupid argument. I'll leave it at that. Have a great day.